What's good, YouTube? This video is going to be about sexual manipulation. Man, listen, I'm really tired of these dating coaches telling women that if they don't give a man some after a couple of dates, they wasting his time or they're trying to sexually manipulate them. I've seen women coaches, men coaches, pro-women, pro-men coaches spouting this shit off like it's woke, right? Because some form of psychology saw that some people are manipulating their partners with sexuality or with favors or withholding love. So now everybody's talking about sexual manipulation. Listen to me. You don't owe nobody nothing. The only people who can probably manipulate their partners sexually would be like wives or people in long-term relationships where an expectation and a culture of sexuality has been exchanged for a long time. When you meet a new man, you don't owe that man nothing just because he showed up to some dates or paid for some meals. Like, this doesn't even make any sense. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And it's coming from people who supposedly have psychology background. You know, sexual manipulation. Listen to me. You don't owe nobody no sex just because they showed up for some dates. You can't manipulate a real man with sex because he's not ruled by sex. Any man who can be ruled by or manipulated by the lack of sex is no man. You don't have control over yourself. You don't have control over anything. I'm so tired of women being told that they need to start putting out because it's manipulative if they don't. If they withhold sex if they're looking for a relationship. If they withhold sex if they want a commitment. If they withhold sex if they want this or that from a man that he's not giving them and providing in a developing a relationship. Listen, if a man's not giving you what you want, if a man's not giving you what you're looking for, you don't owe him shit. Isn't that the point to date? To figure out if a person has the capacity and the willingness to give you what you need to feel safe in a relationship? If you don't get what you need and what makes you feel safe in a relationship, you're not manipulating him because you refuse to connect yourself to him physically. You don't owe anybody your body. Women always talk about empowerment, sexual empowerment, women's empowerment. And usually the empowerment revolves around sleeping with more unfit men and not less unfit men. Not saving and retaining your energy for the more fit men around you. Not saving and retaining your emotions for those who have given you their emotions. The same people who are trying to tell you to sleep with infinite men because that's what modern women are doing and that's sexually empowered and own your body and slut walk, these same people are now trying to tell you that you're sexually manipulating somebody because you didn't have sex with them after a couple of dates. You're wasting their time. You see the pattern here? A lot of this advice out here isn't for your betterment. It all revolves around making you easier to use. A lot of these dating coaches are single and just grooming their future partners. A lot of these women are programmed against themselves and been taught by men how to view themselves and their sexuality. There's a lot of messages out here telling women that the way to take power back is to give their sex to as many people as they want to. That's stupid and ridiculous. Not because patriarchy is grooming women to be controlled, but because just like a shitty diet, after I eat something, I can regret it. If I eat some shit that doesn't agree with me and it gives me diarrhea or gas or makes me nauseous, I throw up, I shit, I fart, and I'm done with it. But if you join yourself physically with someone who doesn't agree with you spiritually or energetically, who hurts you, who abuses you, who disregards you, who throws you in the trash afterwards, you can't just get over it. It's something that sticks with you. There's a healing that needs to occur. Women need to be selective, not because of patriarchy, but because of the emotional damage and trauma they incur in exchanging sexual energy with someone, more often than not. You're not obligated to give that portion of yourself to anybody just because they say they're courting you. This is ridiculous. What has the world come to that we're training women that they need to give everybody a piece because that's what everybody's doing? And it's 2022 or 2021. Women are being trained by women and men to lead with sexuality because that is all they're good for. And women are also being taught that the way to empower themselves is through the use of their sexuality, which is wrong. We are spirits with bodies, not the other way around. We are spirits with bodies. I'll say that again. We are spirits with bodies, not the other way around. A smart man is selective about his partners, as is a smart woman. A patriarchy has built a society where men can be frivolous and foolish with themselves all they want to. But that doesn't mean that the way to empower yourselves and to get next to the power of patriarchy is to start to misuse your own sexuality. I'm not here to control what you do. I'm not here to guard I'm here to encourage you to make decisions that you can be proud of, that don't do damage to you, that don't lead to emotional trauma. So I'm not talking to everybody. Some of y'all don't need this message. Some of y'all are built for whatever that is. Some of y'all can have as many hot girl summers as y'all want to. You'll never take on any damage. Maybe 1% of you, but I'm sure someone like that exists who's going to watch this video and tell me all about myself. But I'm going to need y'all, that 1%, to stop giving people advice telling them that they're sexually manipulating people just because they won't offer themselves up to people who have unestablished relationships with them. And if we're talking about the context of a marriage or a long-term relationship, then there are marriage counselors and spiritual leaders that need to be handling whether or not they can join themselves together like that. But outside of the compartment of long-term relationships and marriage, you can't sexually manipulate anybody. And if you can, I don't give a damn. If a person can be manipulated by the access of sex to you, they've lost complete control over who they are. We keep miseducating women about themselves, about their power, about their authority, about where their dominion lies. And the majority of these women still want love. But their chances are made more slim with this miseducation. So I don't give a damn who told you what. Sexual manipulation isn't a thing outside of marriage and long-term relationships where an expectation has been established for how two people engage with each other. Most of y'all don't fall within that category. Most of y'all are just dating random people and being told that you need to put out or you're being manipulative. And that's some bullshit. Most of these same people are either people who are taking advantage of these types of women or the types of women who made those mistakes and don't want to sit quiet in the misery that they've accumulated because of those shitty mistakes. Anyway, my rant's over with. Follow me at KevVic24 on Instagram. I'll get with y'all later.